Hey guys, welcome to the next installment of the My Team career mode here on F1 2021. We are in Russia, our new teammates' home Grand Prix. Robert Schwartzman races under the Russian flag, and as such, it's his home Grand Prix. We've had our home Grand Prix at Silverstone, of course, as a team and as a driver. Didn't go that well, so hoping that Schwartzman can have a decent Grand Prix at his home race. We're almost 3/4 of the way through the season now. This is race 13 of 20, as we've mentioned previously. Obviously, the other 3 tracks will be coming to the game later in the game cycle, those being Imola, Jeddah, and Portimao. Portimao especially, I'm very much looking forward to racing around for the very first time, so it looks like a great track in real life. Imola I love from old F1 games, so looking to improve on what was, well, initially, the first little bit, quite a frustrating Italian Grand Prix, but actually it turned out to be quite entertaining by the end. So it's definitely worth making sure that you always stick in there and never give up, because races can come your way. And thanks to Lando Norris's crash yesterday, the race definitely came our way. Let's have a look, see what the weather is like at Sochi. It's normally dry. So we'll have a quick look.
And we're making good profit against our running costs.
Good, yes. I still need to save some more money, though. I have replaced my gearbox. Obviously hasn't remembered that. We did do that in the last stream, so it's obviously just not registered that change. Do we need to... Was there anything else we changed? No, we left everything as it was. Yeah, we'll be all right then. And it's remembered all of it. Yeah, we spent all of our resource points. Right, let's go to the race weekend then in Russia and see what the weather is going to be like. I need to find a setup. Drop the video a like, by the way, if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. No, I see a rain! I see rain on the race. Ah, don't do that to me. Dry everywhere. Dry everywhere. Oh, it's absolutely going to... I'll move out of the way. It's absolutely going to hammer it down. 88% chance of rain at the end of the Grand Prix. This is going to be a lively one then. This is going to be a very lively one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch these streams live, there's a link in the description down below to the Twitch channel where you can, of course, go and view and follow and watch all of these streams in their entirety. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the edited highlights. There's a 24 to 25% chance of rain in qualifying as well. This might be not quite the ordinary race weekend. The car stops really well on those soft tyres. Really well. True, if it's going to rain, we could go soft, wets. That's right, Jack. If it does... That's the thing. What if it doesn't rain until... Well, if the rain comes, but it's not quite hard enough, early enough for... I mean, that would be a hell of a gamble. It would be a hell of a gamble. But one that might be worth taking. One that might be worth taking. Right, let's end the session there then. We're relatively... Actually, let me... Oh, we'll be able to see at the end of the session anyway. We'll retire from session, and then we'll skip to qualifying and see how many resource points we get. But yeah, I'll definitely be starting on the sauce. Absolutely, it's a case of whether we can, how far we can extend those sauce, and when the rain potentially comes. But yeah, it would be soft, medium if it doesn't. But obviously that would mean we have an extra pit stop. We'd be putting in an extra pit stop if we did that. So we are P18 there, but I feel like there was more time in the car. You saw me make a couple of mistakes, and I could definitely push it a little bit further in some of the braking zones. We're only a couple of tenths off our teammate, who had a good session, and the car will be, the engine will be turned up slightly for qualifying.
Good day today.
That was a good day actually. It was one of the best practice sessions we've had, and I've certainly, like I said, I've said multiple times. Absolutely.
Let's talk about another team. How do you feel they did today?
Oh, McLaren are absolutely banging in this save right now.
Appreciate your
I think
time.
McLaren need a little bit of a... Well, maybe not a bit of a nerve. Basically, what they need to do is swap the performance of the McLaren and the Red Bulls over, and then it would be about bang on, I think. If they just match the performance of either team the other way around, then I think it'd be pretty much perfect with regards to the balance of the quality in the two cars. Right, we'll skip P2 and P3, and we'll get those resource points in. Thank you for the follow, Fire Phantom and Barca562. Welcome to the channel, guys. Haas are very strong, yeah. But I think that might be partly by design, so that Haas fans in real life don't buy the game or aren't put off by the game by immediately being like, well, Haas are wank. I'm never going to get anywhere with Haas. They've kind of made them slightly competitive just to make it more enjoyable for Haas fans. Wow, those improved turbo materials, 69 bits. 69 resource points is all that's going to cost. And as a team, we're now going to be up to level 12 with regards to our team acclaim, which is great. We will get another sponsor at level 15. So we're well on our way to getting another sponsor now. Thank you for the follow, Shay. Right, we'll put some resource points into the car then. If he doesn't... Oh, it's going to load us straight into qualifying. Okay, well, let's go qualify then instead. So we will improve ever so slightly on our previous lap time. But that previous lap time was good enough for P13 at the time. That lap, on this occasion, which was basically the same, was good enough for not P13 or P14, P16, Q2. No, Robert! Our teammate's bottom. He'll be starting P22. Robert, it's your home Grand Prix, pal. Your home Grand Prix. Oh, I'm gutted for Robert Schwartzman, but delighted that we are through to Q2. We go again, boys. We go again. Only our second ever Q2 appearance of the season in 13 races. Let's go. We will be quicker, but not by enough that's going to make a difference, I don't think. Sideways over the line. That will be P16 for us. Oh, it says P15 on my desk. Did we go slightly faster than Yuki there? Did we go slightly faster than Yuki? Did we find enough time at the end to get off the back of that session? Daniel Ricciardo, P1. Valtteri and Lewis, key for tactics. Valtteri and Lewis for the race will start the race on medium tyres. And we did just out-qualify our rival Yuki, which is huge. We will start, barring any grid penalties for other drivers, P15. We just, by half a tenth, were faster than Yuki Tsunoda, which is great, absolutely brilliant for the rivalry. And I tell you what, that was a scrappy lap as well, wasn't it? Especially the first half of it, but we nailed the third sector and really pulled that out the bag there. Sorry, Yuki, but you're starting behind me. Thanks for the follow, 2 Pork Chop 1. Got a lot of catching up to do, but hopefully we can get it done. If that rain is heavy enough, early enough for intermediate tyres, then I can go soft, inter. And we can be absolutely rapid. But that would be a gamble, praying that the rain comes early enough that we have to pit on the inters. We would be absolutely rapid in the race, though, if we went soft, inter. McLaren were quick in qualifying Q1 and Q2, but have Mercedes pulled it out the bag in Q3? They have. Lewis and Valtteri step up. Presumably there'll be McLarens on the second row, though. It should be Ricciardo and Norris in 3 and 4, and indeed it is. Half a second off, though. Half a second off. Leclerc's qualified well.
Sainz, Gasly, and Lance Stroll. Fernando Alonso.
Kimi Raikkonen starting P12.
Sebastian
Vettel knock-on. So no grid penalties in front of us, frustratingly. The one time we qualify really well, and there's no grid penalties to move us further forward.
Mick Schumacher,
Giovinazzi. Oh, sucks that Schwartzman's starting last. Sucks that he's starting last, but he's got more pace than that. He did a much quicker lap in... he was quicker than me in practice, wasn't he? Right, race strategy-wise. My tyre is about average. About bang on. No, there's no point starting on the mediums because I absolutely want to make sure that we get a full soft stint in. A full soft stint in. In full dry weather, for the rulings, in a fully dry race, you have to use at least 2 dry tyre compounds. If it rains, then that rule is not enforceable and you can go soft inter. I'm definitely not starting on mediums. I'm absolutely, positively not starting on mediums. Can we see what everyone else is starting on? Alonso's starting on mediums. Both the Alpines are on mediums. Yuki behind me is on mediums as well. And other than those two and the Mercedes that got through on mediums, everyone else is on softs. Tyre wear's good. Brakes are good. Engine temps quite low, actually. Can quite comfortably run at about 110, 120. Right, tyre temperature's warmed up. Engine's warmed up. Brakes are warmed up. It's go time. This is it. This is a big one. This is the best opportunity we've had to have a really strong race. Oh, I'm slightly nervous, you know. I'm slightly nervous. Rain expected at the end, Matt. Yes, rain expected at the end. And boof. Here we go. Race start. Oh, they held us for ages. Right, Ocon did actually start. Whoa! Tsunoda's so fast on those mediums. What the hell? Okay, race starts is certainly something I can improve on. Try and stick it around the outside of Mazepin alongside me at the minute. Slightly held up behind Tsunoda, but we've taken P16 back again. And it's a case of seeing whether the quali pace translates into race pace. We hope so. This is the wall where Lance Stroll found himself buried in it on the inside there last year. After Charles Leclerc had a bit of an incident. Okay, so Tsunoda's actually passed Ocon now as well. The front six appear to have broken away. Oh no. Right, this is going to be the point where we find out whether we've got pace or not. So I'm going to use some of my ERS just to stick with, and I think we'll be fine in the race. I think straight line speed we will genuinely be fine, provided I can utilise my battery well enough. Just be careful on the back of the car. I don't want to accidentally clip my wing on the back of Esteban Ocon's Alpine. They're getting a bit brave behind us. Wait, look at Mazepin go. Mazepin went for it there. Actually, no, it was Mick, I think. I think it actually was Mick Schumacher going for just the lunge up the inside of everyone. Very nearly worked. Right, so now it's time to settle into a rhythm. Holding P16 quite comfortably. Now we need to manage the tyre weight, which will be slightly higher with a full tank of fuel. Obviously, there's more weight going through the tyres. Keep an eye on fuel because we did fuel it low. DRS is enabled, so we might have it here. Indeed, we do. We do have DRS here now on the main straight. So DRS is active for the rest of the Grand Prix until it rains, of course, or if there's a safety car or a VSC. So we will have to brake slightly earlier for turn 2 because we'll be travelling the darn sight faster by the time we get there. Right, Esteban, come here.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead.
We are drastically catching the car ahead. We will be passing the car ahead. Is he going to go defensive or is he just going to force me to go up the inside? He is... Oh, he went extra defensive. I've had to go deep. I've had to run off the extra area there. That's where Carlos Sainz had his accident, of course. Another accident for Carlos Sainz a couple of years ago, and that's forced me back into Mick Schumacher at the moment, and now I'm worried about getting overtaken. Ocon defended that perfectly, forced me to go a little deep. And as such, I couldn't just join the track back. I had to go the long way around. Right, go defensive. Thank you. Ah, just not quite close enough. Oh, he's locked up, Esteban. We're right on him. Stay in the slipstream. I might go for it up the inside here at turn 4. Oh, dirty air! Dirty air forcing me wide and I just didn't have the grip to commit to it. Esteban, why are you just fast enough?
Keep pushing, you're gaining
Right.
the car ahead.
We've got to get him now. We've got to get him this time. He's gone defensive. We are through against Esteban Ocon. At last, that move is done. Up to P15. Let's get after Yuki and Kimi if we can. Esteban's still right with me though. He's not going to give up on it just yet. Carlos Sainz in the pits. Okay, so some of the front runners are starting to pit. Some of those, unless Carlos has damage there, that is a pit stop
Into P14.
because the tyres he started the Grand Prix on were too worn. I'm going to go defensive on Esteban. He's going to go super aggressive, but he's not going to have the line there. He's going to tighten up turn 2 far too much for himself and not get through. Now I am going to check, because that would look like a very long pit stop for Carlos Sainz. I think he might have had to stop for a front wing repair. Let's have a quick check. Has he had to stop for a front wing repair? Leclerc and Gasly had a bit of a bump with each other. And no, it's just a straight stop. Softs for softs. So Ferrari with Carlos Sainz going for a two-stopper. Okay, we're at 14 now. I might stop a lap or two early for the mediums. On lap 19 or 20. Just to see if I can undercut a little bit and gain some of that time back on those soft runners in front, like Kimi. Not Tsunoda, obviously, because he's on the mediums, but if I can gain some time on Kimi, because they're all in a DRS train at the minute, so they're all gaining on everybody behind them. On the gang that I'm now leading, they're all pulling away from us because they're all in a DRS train. So if I can close that gap and catch onto the end of that DRS train, then maybe we can pull away from this back group even further. It's not going to be long before Esteban overtakes me again, I don't think. Leclerc in the pits, the other Ferrari in the pits. That distracted me somewhat, and now Esteban will get me. Esteban is absolutely going to pass me here. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to stay on the racing line and force him to go around the long way. But my softs are starting to go off so much so now that the medium runners do have an edge on us now. But if he's got some pace and we can cling on to the back of him, then maybe it could work in our favour still by actually losing the place. It's coming out alongside us. Daniel Ricciardo's right here. There's Daniel. There's the McLaren. On fresh softs as well. Fresh softs for Ricciardo. Wow. So McLaren two-stopping as well. Oh, Christ, what was that? Fucking hell. That surely would have done some floor damage. I wasn't expecting to get thrown off the curb quite like that. Daniel is gone. Okay, Schwartzman's in the pits. Teammates are in the pits then.
In the pits. The gap to the car behind is 3.2 seconds.
So it's seen some of the others. In fact, one of the Haas's pit last lap. And the other Haas has pit, or will pit this lap. So they're going soft. They're two-stopping behind. Do I pit to cover them off? I might have to. Chat, do I pit to cover them off and go two-stop two, or do I stay out? I kind of want to stick to my current pit plan, to be honest. I really want to, because the rain isn't coming. I'm going to stick to my original. I'm going to stick to the one stop. Whilst there's still no talk of rain, I think those soft runners that have pit for another set of soft tyres, I think they're going to have to pit again before the rain, and I don't think we are if we pit for mediums.
I think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
I think they're going to have to pit again. Gasly's in the pits now, and he stopped for mediums, or was he? No, he certainly wasn't on mediums. So yeah, some behind have gone soft. Gasly's gone soft medium. Mick has gone soft medium as well. I will pit lap 19 for a set of mediums. That's the plan. The plan is 19 for mediums. I'm surprised Lewis pit because he started the race on mediums. Pick on the Ferraris that gained on me by 2 seconds this lap. I'm going to box now.
This lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I'm boxing now for mediums. I don't want to get engaged in a battle with the 2 Ferraris. I'll just end up losing too much time. Welcome to the channel, guys. So, pit stop 1. And hopefully, pit stop 1 only for dry tyres. I do expect those soft runners behind to have to pit again before the rain gets here. I do expect them to have to pit again before the rain gets here. That was an excellent stop as well. So we're down to 18th, but we should still just be ahead of Mazepin, which we are. Now hopefully Mick on his mediums will be slowing Schwartzman up. Now we've gone from hoping that we can go soft to now hoping that the other drivers can't do the soft that we thought might be a good gamble. So it's completely swapped now. We're now hoping that the other drivers can't go soft, and we'll have to pit a second time before any rain hits. And I need Robert to put pressure on Mick. So Esteban Ocon in the pits. We've overtaken Ocon. Ocon's gone medium. That's a very peculiar pit strategy. Ocon has gone medium, and pitting when we did has actually helped us overtake Esteban Ocon. We've gained a position in the pit stops. That's very peculiar. Why has he gone medium? Fighting me with the dirty air from behind must have worn his tyres down so much that he's had to pit early off his original set of mediums and has had to put another set of mediums on. That's worked out really well for us, and the gap in front is closing now, look. Massively. They are fighting, and they are fighting hard, Schwartzman and Mick Schumacher, side by side for a few corners now. And the gap has halved. Absolutely halved. They're still side by side. What a battle with the two of them. But it's costing them both seconds. Seconds to the rest of us. Thank you, lads. But it's going to cost them positions in the end. Mick has held on for the time being, as they're going to have to go single file through this part of the racetrack. But we are now within DRS range of the two of them. It's not going to do Robert any favours. But he's absolutely helped our Grand Prix. And that is exactly what I said, I hoped would happen. So we'll have DRS now, which means, again, that we will be less vulnerable from behind because we have the DRS. Robert might go for it on Mick here. He might. He's going around the outside. Had to go deep to avoid them. Just managed to keep the spot ahead of Ocon. But he's now going to have a slipstream on me. But hopefully dirty air. Oh, I'll tell you what, this has been a close race every single lap, hasn't it? Robert? Oh, God, no. No. Yikes. I have visions of us going into that corner 3 abreast for a minute. Not what we need. So still dry tyres. Look, there's still no mention of the rain that we know is coming. We know the rain is coming. I've got to get Robert now, surely, even though he'll have DRS as well. We've got to get Robert now using our ERS. Oh, no. I'll stick up the inside of my teammate. Oh, I've caught the curb. I've forced him wide. But we've got the job done. That was close. That was really close. Now Ocon's having a look at Schwartzman as well, who's also having a look at my outside, perhaps. Right, get after Mick. Don't let him escape. We're up into P16 again. Carlos Sainz in the pits again. So that he's 2-stopped and he's done 13 laps on each set. He's not long at all on those soft tyres. And Carlos Sainz is going to drop behind us again.
Gap to teammate behind is 3.4 seconds.
So Carlos Sainz is coming up.
Okay, some
Oh,
information.
Checo's out. Is that a safety car? I think that might be a safety car. I think it might be a safety car. Oh, what on earth has happened here? That's the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc and the Alpha Tauri of Pierre Gasly. What on earth has happened here? What's happened there? Well, there's a safety car, but you're facing the wrong way, pal. Well, there's the thumbnail, but you're going the wrong way, mate. You love watching the thumbnails come to life. If it's a full safety car, I'd be tempted to pit for a fresh set of mediums. It is a full safety car, although we're a full lap away. Now we're only 10% worn.
Okay, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
So Checo's out, and Leclerc is continuing. I don't know if it's worth pitting. I'm probably just going to stay out. I'm staying out. I'm going to stay out. It's not worth it. Of course, it'll be 2 laps.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes.
This safety car might have absolutely saved the soft runners. It might have absolutely saved the soft runners. Thank you, Jojo. I'm glad you're all enjoying. Thank you for joining us, 640 of you. So let's have a look. When did those soft runners go in for those stops? So Perez is out with terminal damage. Gasly got a warning, although it looked like it was Leclerc and Gasly that had the incident, and Perez just ended up going into Gasly and DNF'd. So they made those stops 6 on 17. Now Leclerc went in on 15 and has already pit again. Sainz went in on 13 and has already pit again. So potentially these soft runners, Schwartzman, Russell, Latifi, they're all going to have to stop again. They're all going to have to stop again before the rain comes. But crucially, they're all behind me. Everybody in front of me is fine, so we won't actually gain any places, but we will significantly pull away from those behind, which means our position in probably about P15 at least will be relatively safe until the rain comes. So as we restart, the grid reads as follows. Valtteri from Lewis, from Lando from Max. Daniel Ricciardo has stopped for a second time and is now P5. Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, Yuki and Kimi fills out the points. Pierre Gasly, Mick Schumacher, myself, Sainz, who's on brand new, literally brand new sets of mediums, will go again. Will go past us. Ocon, Mazepin, Schwartzman, Russell, Giovinazzi, Latifi, all of which we expect to have to stop again. Leclerc is currently last, but will shoot up the order.
Get ready to go racing again. The safety
once
car
those
is in
soft
this lap.
runners pit.
When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
We are green flag racing again. So it's time to use the ERS. Time to stay in touch with those in front and maybe make some passes. I've just seen that you've redeemed the glasses of destiny. Oh, dearie me, for the restart ads. Bloody hell. Thanks for following Totti Canyo and F1 Scrub and PJ. Welcome to the channel, guys. Sainz is going for it. We knew that was going to happen. Just need to lose as little time as possible.
We've lost the position. That's us down a place.
Ocon is now on my inside because he got the run on me. And Ocon's up to P14 now. Sainz put us out of position, and that meant that he was able to storm up the inside. And that then put me offline, and Esteban nailed it. His car kept the grip, and he's now back up to P14. Ah, that's frustrating. Not yet. No rain until the other soft runners are pit. Then the rain can come as fast as it likes. Yes! Yes! Those other drivers behind. Those other drivers behind are now stopping. They're stopping for another set of tyres. Just what we wanted to happen. We will be so safe from everybody behind. So safe, apart from Charles Leclerc, obviously. Charles Leclerc, who currently is 2.5 seconds behind, but that gap will disappear because obviously that Ferrari is quick. Oh, look how aggressive Schwartzman's defending. Ocon forced well offline. Both of them super slow here, and we could get a run on them. Now they're both going to drift wide. I'm going to try and stick to the inside line of this next corner. Sorry, the outside line. To then nip back and get the inside line on Mick. Although he's gone defensive on me and aggressive on Ocon. Now Mick's offline, and we should be able to go right around the outside of Mick Schumacher, and we have done, and we're up to P14 and ahead of the Haas again. Now I need to stick to Esteban Ocon like glue here. Dear Mr. Esteban Ocon, take me with you. Take me with you. Well, look how safe we are behind now, look. We're so safe. 26 seconds back to Mick Schumacher, who was able to pit and come out ahead. He was able to pit. I just had to hold my line there against Charles. I don't think he hit me. I'll have a quick look. I don't think I cut Charles up there. I think I just spooked him a bit, but we'll have a look. I definitely didn't hit him. He just... I mean, he's not alongside me there. I have no reason to give him space for that corner. His front tyre, his front wing is barely alongside my rear wheel as we approach the apex. He's just gone for a gap that isn't there. Hit that curb and then flown over it. That was all his fault, not mine. Esteban's opened the gap though to 1.3 seconds now as we were fighting with Leclerc. But the rain is now coming, as you can see. It's really getting overcast, and it will be a wet end to the Grand Prix. Now, if we can time the switch to wets well, we might get lucky with some cars in front. But we would have to time it incredibly well because there's not much of a gap between us, to be honest. I wasn't quite within a second through the DRS detection point. Tsunoda and Alonso in the pits as well. We're going to gain more places. Some other cars, some other drivers have pit minutes before the rain hits. Minutes before the rain hits. Fernando Alonso's gone on to softs. Yuki's gone on to softs. They're two stopping, but it's too late. Or too early even. The rain is about to hit. This is getting very interesting. We pit on lap 19. So my tyres are nearly 20 laps old now. They are going to be 20 laps old now. But those guys are still in the pit there behind us. They've pit to softs, but now I need the rain to come as quickly as possible so that they don't get the chance to close up with their brand new soft tyres. I need the rain to come literally right now. Please, rain. Lads, you did a safety car dance yesterday.
The rain could come at any moment.
I need you to do a rain dance now. Please, please, please do a rain dance. Because that gap to Alonso and Tsunoda will drop by 2 to 3 seconds a lap. We need the rain to hit in the next 2 laps, I think. But I don't know if it's actually going to come quickly enough for us. We might get slightly unlucky here. I went against you in the prediction, now I'm shitting it. Oh, we're within DRS range just. I didn't think we were. That's just rain! I just saw raindrops. I swear I just saw raindrops. Thanks for the follow, Jay. Welcome to the channel, mate. It's raining. It's raining. Now, is it going to rain? How long is it going to take for the track to get wet enough for inters? I'll just go to 10. I'll just go to 10. Oh, it's really wet. Right, everyone's pitting for inters. McLaren, the second McLaren has had his race not ruined, but really, really messed up by a double stack. And I might be mistaken there, but either an Aston Martin has stayed out, or an Aston Martin leads the Grand Prix. Oh, Lance! Lance has stayed out. Oh, no, indeed, Momo. Oh, no, indeed. Thanks for the follow, Sol, and welcome to the channel, mate. So Lance Stroll is going to be deathly slow on this next lap. Everyone's going to catch him super quick. Hello, Esteban. Oh, Latifi stayed out as well. No, you've got a double stack, lads. You've got to double stack. Oh, Nicholas. So sorry, my friend. That's your race ruined. So the gap behind to Alonso and Tsunoda is 2-ish. And the gap in front is 6-ish. Thanks for the follow, Ollie. I am most concerned about finishing ahead of Tsunoda for the rivalry. That's mainly what I'm bothered about at the minute, is finishing ahead of Tsunoda. Fernando's just driven into the back of me there and lost his front wing. Fernando Alonso has just ruined his own Grand Prix safety car. Fernando Alonso's just driven into the back of me there. Watch. He's just slid right into the back of me. I don't know as it warrants a safety car though, does it? A safety car is out for that.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
A safety car because Alonso's front wing came off. The only thing that worries me now is last time there was a safety car restart, we lost a couple of positions. I am concerned about that happening again and me not having the laps to be able to get back into position. With Yuki behind me, slightly concerned that Yuki Tsunoda is going to jump me at the restart. Yeah, those behind will definitely catch it this lap. It'll be in this lap for sure. And then it will be a 2-lap sprint to the end. My God, a 2-lap sprint to the end.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I nearly restarted the session.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
I was too busy looking at my MFD, didn't look up to see everybody in front of me. It just practically stopped. Why did they just stopped, look. Cheers, then. Safety car in this lap. We will have 2 racing laps
Let's
remaining.
Make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Right, prepare to return to racing speed, it says. And we're off again. Time to empty that ERS.
You're catching the car ahead, but remember,
They're gone. They're just gone.
On
Jesus Christ. The straight line speed of those cars in front. No, Yuki. I'm defending against Yuki. Need to finish ahead of Yuki Tsunoda.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Well, there's only 2 laps of race remaining, Jeff. Thanks for following, Dexy. Welcome to the channel, mate. We've got 6 tenths in hand. 6 tenths in hand. Thanks for following, Chaz, Govan, and Matt as well. Welcome to the channel, guys. 7 tenths in hand. Thank you, ERS. I needed that. Alright, keep it together. They're in the 3rd sector. Keep it together in the 3rd sector. And that's P13 in the bag. Just don't bin it. Just don't bin it. Daniel Ricciardo wins the car. I've used all my deployment. I've got no battery left. I'm running without battery power right now. This happened to us before, and Alonso nearly got us, but thankfully the line comes quickly, and it's a P13. P13. Whoa, see you, Yuki. He was desperate to get past. So was the Haas as well. P13 finish. P13 finish. Sebastian Vettel gets driver of the day. I'll pay out on the prediction immediately. It was, will we get points or not? 66% said no. Those 66% will get those resource points. We'll get those channel points. GG, boys. A P13 is decent. A P15 start, a P13 finish. Daniel Max Lando, which is huge for the drivers' fight, because Lewis only finished P10, I believe. Meaning that the driver's standings will close right up. It would have helped more if Valtteri had finished in P1. Valtteri finishes P5. Seb finished P4. No wonder he got driver of the day. P13 to P4. Wow. Lewis 10th only with the fastest lap. We get P13. Robert gets P19. It's a shame he couldn't finish slightly higher. But in the driver's standings, still 45 points at the top. Still 45 points for Lewis. So despite a P10 finish, he's still got a very healthy gap. Thanks for the follow, Basingstoke Lad and Lassa Leaf as well. Welcome to the channel. And Repenchi.
Can anything or anyone stop you?
I'll say that with a team behind me. We'll try and get the team to claim up.
Would you say that you're happy with your performance?
Oh, absolutely. That was probably the best Grand Prix we've had.
The edge over your rivals?
I'll say the chassis because that's what we're focusing on with our development currently.
Finish. How are things between the two of you?
Great. Really healthy competition. We qualified 1 place higher than Yuki. We finished 1 place higher than Yuki. Oh, we leveled it though because he got the fastest lap. Oh, so it's still 5 points. Still 5 points with 2 races to go. My driver claim has shot up though. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to level 8. The team are shooting up to level 12 and a third. We get £501,000 though. Thank you very much. That money will come in handy. We can improve a few things now. Thanks for the follow, Wilder Badger. We're so close. I needed to get to level 8 and then we could have absolutely gotten ourselves some extra driver perks. There's only a week to the next Grand Prix and we will put focus on our second driver. Reaction training for Robert. We've got a marketing department event.
Has requested your input on this one.
Oh, it's going to lower his racecraft by 7. Absolutely not.
I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging,
I'm sorry.
but I think
He
you make the
could
right call.
do with the acclaim, but at the same time, we absolutely need his racecraft to be good. We've just renewed PSD because that was an easy guaranteed money for us. So we have 4.97 million right now, which is nearly enough to start upgrading our aerodynamics or chassis again. But I think I'm going to wait until the end of the year and we have that extra input of money. So in department, or in R&D at the minute, you can see that the powertrain has failed, unfortunately, so we need to go back and do that again. In development, we have 29th, 6th, and 7th. So the cylinder head will be done, hopefully, and passed on the way to this next Grand Prix. So let's go in here. That failed, so we will do that again for free. Or 218, that's fine. We can afford that. Can't do any others. So chassis, then. Could do the wheel rims. There was a durability one that was super cheap, wasn't there? That one. It's free. Turbo improved materials. 40% chance of failure. It doesn't matter. It's free. I don't care. We're not a high enough spec to be able to do anything else. I don't think it'd let me do that. So let's concentrate on aero or chassis. Aero, that's still in the works. And we don't... I need a Spec 2 facility for that. The DRS is currently unavailable. I'm not sure why. We could do the barge boards for drag reduction, which would certainly help with our straight line speed. Or we could do tyre wear. Now, I'm starting to think that tyre wear is actually holding us back a little. Our tyre wear is getting quite high at the minute. As our downforce goes up and our grip levels go up, we're actually wearing our tyres a bit more than we'd like to. So I think we're going to sink 1100 into this. We're going to sink 1100 into this. It'll miss the Singapore and the Japanese Grand Prix, but hopefully we'll pass before the USA Grand Prix, and that will do wonders for our car. That will do wonders for our car. So we have 200 resource points left available at the minute. We'll advance towards the Singapore Grand Prix. We'll get some... Yes, the cylinder head passed.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but
that'll be the one that we've already dealt with. That'll be the one that we've already dealt with.
We need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
Right, now I may need to... I'm going to have to change my ICE. We're going to need to put a new engine in because at the present, look, it's 44% worn, and at 50 it will start to lose power output. So I'm going to put a new engine in for the, actually I'll run 2 in practice. You will have to remind me tomorrow. You will have to remind me tomorrow that when I run the ICE in practice, we need to then change it for quali in the race. We need to change the ICE for quali in the race. And similarly, the turbocharger. The ICE and the turbo both need changing before the race tomorrow, before qualifying tomorrow. We can do practice in them, but then before qualifying tomorrow, we absolutely need to do the engine and turbo change. So we have 4.9 million, which actually isn't enough to afford any significant upgrades. Quality control maybe, build time maybe, but at the minute I think I'm happy enough to wait and save that money for the time being so we can get a massive boost, especially if we can get another sponsor at some point in the not too distant future. I'll put my driver perks on, which we'll be able to get in the next Grand Prix weekend, and then we can think about really significantly upgrading our driver next year. I'm going to have to put some money into my facilities just before we get to that point, before the final Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi, but I'm going to save my money for now. I'm going to save my money and we'll throw it into the facilities at the end of the season. Right, that is going to bring this YouTube video to a close. Thank you those of you that are watching on the second channel. If you're watching in chat right now and you're not subscribed to the second channel, then do go and do so. I'll pop the link for you in chat now, YouTube 2, so you can go and subscribe to the ChesnoidPlays channel and get edited highlights of all of these streams. Thank you very much for watching on YouTube. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys next time.